Food Court, the movie podcast where Sean
and Michael
watch shit, talk shit, and most importantly, eat shit. We are the law.
And guess what we saw?
Killers of the flower.
Oh, okay. I thought we were doing.
Oh, okay. Killers
of
the
flower.
Moon.
By
Martin
Score
says
E.
And
oh, there was another?
I think Eric Roth wrote it, co-wrote it.
Cool.
Great job, Eric Roth.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I did was there was a book and I just kind of took the book and turned it into a movie.
Into a movie.
Pretty
Sometimes
brilliant.
You gotta do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I just took a book and did. No, they did a good job.
Yeah. That honestly seems harder.
Yeah, it probably is.
Because you have all the pieces, but then you have to figure out the puzzle.
Absolutely.
How to make this a movie.
When I write a movie, as I occasionally do, I'm like, okay, so they're in the basement. What's going to happen? And then anything can happen.
Anything can happen. That's what I like about it.
A man can come out and he's like, hey there, why are you in my basement?
No reason.
Okay, have a good night.
All right, see you later.
And that could just happen.
And that's how scripts work.
Yeah. Join us for Masterclass.
Yeah, we should
101. Michael and Sean explain
movies,
script writing. And movings.
And moving. How to move while you write.
How to write while you move.
Yeah. And how to write movement in a way that has sort of that kind of energy that you need to really depict.
How to block a scene.
Block a scene.
Did you like this movie?
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. I have a few things to say.
Did you not like it?
I loved it.
Okay.
But it is sad. Sad. It just keeps getting sadder. And you're like, ooh.
It's brutal.
I'll be real. I'll be vulnerable. Yeah. I was in the car holding back hysteric sobbing on the way. I was driving to the grocery store just like...
It's incredibly fucked up.
It makes you think a lot about life and the way things work, and you're like, wow.
Yeah. Maybe the systems are broken.
Maybe the broken systems were broken all the time and just got worse and worse, and you're like,
sure. They just got smarter about it.
Yeah, that's
Instead
true.
of just being like, hey, I'm going to blast somebody just whenever I want to, they were like, oh, what if we just work them to death?
Yeah, pretty fucked.
What if everyone is destroyed by money,
drain them dry,
and
baby.
Power?
Yeah.
And hey, but it's fun though.
It is.
It's pretty funny for a movie about something so horrible. You have to admit.
There are good moments of laughter, but a lot of just like, oh,
yeah, yeah.
And the poor lead actor, lady,
Lily Gladstone.
What's her name?
Lily Gladstone.
Lily Gladstone, yeah,
playing Molly.
I mean, a million scenes of just wailing pain. That must have been brutal to do.
It seems like a really tough part because she has to be very stoic. She has to be like, "Hey, what are you doing here? What's your deal?"
I like that.
And then she has to slowly fall in love with someone. And then eventually she has to find out that, spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
He's not a great guy.
Not really
not
great.
A good guy.
No.
It
does give you perspective, though, if you think you have family drama.
Yes.
At least, your husband isn't involved in getting your family members killed. Exploded, shot.
Yeah.
And slowly poisoning you.
Yeah. And then poisoning himself.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just poisoning himself a little bit because he realizes the darkness of his ways.
But then continues to poison.
Yeah.
I mean, it was not as romantic as the Phantom Thread poisoning.
No.
They really put a romantic spin on that.
Yeah.
This one was just,
she just gets sick.
Even sicker.
And she sweats.
Sick.
And sometimes there's a fire right outside of the window.
And the people are blurred.
Yeah.
And they're scary. That was beautiful.
Are there words for this? Is there a word for that thing where the heat waves?
Yeah, I don't know if there is.
It's not a heat waves.
It's like, the distortion.
Where it almost looks like water.
Yeah,
It truly looks like the top of a lake that's had a little stone.
Patter of a stone.
A stone.
Do you think they put some sort of thing in front of the lens for that shot? Because it looks so like granularly like distorted. I was like, whoa, I wonder if they like put like a sheet of something in front of it.
If you're listening,
I
think it's Rodrigo Pieta who did the. Hey, if you're listening, the cinematographer of Killers of the Flower Moon, or Martin Scorsese, or I've heard Scorsese.
Scorsese.
Do you think it's Scorsese?
I remember it Scorsese.
Is that how you remember?
That's how he says it. Scorsese.
Yeah,
Scorsese.
I was listening to some Paul Schrader commentary, and he was like. So if he says it like that, then it's probably right.
Yeah,
Scorsese. But I mean, yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, it's a good flick.
I really liked it. It's beautiful.
It's
tragic.
Yeah,
and buckle up because it's long. You gonna be in that theater
for a long time. Now, I'll be honest. Mm-hmm. I've seen it twice now.
Oh, wow.
I'll probably see it again.
That's intense.
But it's weird because it is quite long.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very long.
Mm-hmm.
But there are very few times when I felt like, oh, this scene is overstaying its welcome.
Yeah.
Like, it does move.
Absolutely.
It's just, they got a lot of story to tell.
Yeah, it is kind of, it's funny when that happens, you're like, man, this isn't, it's like, it is considerably long, but yeah, you're not like, I wish this would end, because you're just like, man, I need to know how this ends.
Yeah. You're not like, oh, how many times are we going to see these robots?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the robot looks like a Tweety bird, I guess. You're never like that during Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah, you're never like
mostly because there aren't any.
No, and I only had 2 bathroom breaks.
Oh, that's not bad.
One was during the trailer for the Marvels, because I was like, as soon as that starts, I'm out.
Well, there's a new one. Spoiler alert. There's a new one. And I think people are already talking about it on the internet, but I think Marvel has released that no one realized that no one wants to see their movie. So there's like Iron Man is in the trailer and Captain America's in the trailer.
Really?
And they're like, hey, remember those movies?
Yeah, I remember those.
It's really sad. But
it looks rough.
I feel bad for them. So you left during that?
During that, and then I left. So I left pretty late in the movie, but I was like,
spanking?
No, way later than that.
You had to see the spanking.
Yeah, it was a good hour and a half after that.
Up.
Yeah.
This looks great.
I was ready for that. My pants were down for that scene, I'll tell you.
Spank me, Scorsese daddy.
Yeah.
Granddaddy.
I had the old lady in the row in front of me do it. I said, can you just on time with the movie?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Was she short enough to look like Scorsese?
Yeah, she looked just like him.
He's a tiny little guy.
Same glasses. So it was like towards the end, like during the trials and stuff started. Yeah. I was like, okay, I'm just going to run and pee because they started. It was when all of the agents, the Federal Bureau agents committee group were all in a circle in that field.
Oh, yeah. That's a good scene.
I saw the fire stuff.
Oh, good.
But they were like explaining like how these people were involved. And I was like, well, I know how they were involved. So I just ran.
That's smart.
And peed. But then when I was coming back, this Good Samaritan, as I was opening the door, he was like, she just went to the hospital and like explaining. I was like, oh, that was nice. I was like, thanks.
He does go to the hospital.
But it was so frantic how he told me because he didn't want to miss much.
He's like, I gotta fucking pee.
But this guy was really fun to witness at the theater. I had a couple of theater stories, but I don't know when you want me to tell them.
I want you to tell them right now.
Okay, so first...
Did we say Killers of the Flower Moon?
Oh, yeah, Killers of the Flower Moon.
I think we did. Killers of the Flower Moon. Starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro and Lily de Gladstone.
I love her.
Yeah.
I saw a trailer for a movie at the Belcourt.
Yeah.
I probably missed it already. That's what happens at Belcourt. You see a trailer. This is the indie film place here.
Yeah.
And then you just never see the movie because you're like, oh, when did that?
Unless you don't want to see it.
Yeah, then
this is the case with at least our indie theaters. If you don't want to see a movie there, it's there for 6 months.
Yeah.
And if you do want to see a movie there, it's playing at like Wednesday at 1 a.m.
Yeah, that's it. It's
like, I sure would like to see that. Well, oh well, it's just impossible.
There's no way we could trade out one of the 25 showings of the other movie.
We gotta. The people have to see the Taylor Swift movie that is playing at every other theater in America.
That was rough. That one's hard for me, but
still playing. Still playing. Truly.
I mean, they're gonna play. It is the era, so it's like this is gonna go on for quite some time, folks. Even longer than Killers of the Flower Moon, which. Ooh. As some people may have seen off my hit tweet, 2 likes, 35 views, pretty cool. I got there early for the first time ever. As Sean knows, I don't get to movies early.
Yes.
I borderline get there as it starts.
Sometimes you don't even see the movie.
Oh, yeah. The first time we were going, I don't know what happened in town, but every road decided to collapse. Like, that was like, I can't get anywhere. First, I had to get home from a breakfast thing I had with some friends, and we hung out. I was like, I got to get all this food back to my house. I get to my house at the time the movie starts. Yeah. I was like, okay, this is impossible. And then I get back on the road, and it's just not moving. So I turn around, and then I hit another giant traffic thing.
There were big stones in front of the street.
Something must have happened everywhere. What? I don't know.
You did see it eventually, though, right?
I did see it yesterday, but I was going to see it the day we were going to see it. Yeah. But I turned to go to Opry, and the line was like endless. I was like, okay, I'm just going home. I was like, this is not happening.
Opry is our big mall, and the moment Halloween is over, you cannot go there anymore. Yeah,
it's pretty bad.
People are just
unless
shopping.
It's Monday at like 11. That's when I went.
Oh, really?
It was still packed, but not like to where there was lines.
Okay, I'll go there.
But just do a morning first showing. But I thought it was
the best time to see it anyway.
It really is.
You don't want to see that at 7 p.m.
No, you're fresh faced, ready for the world. You need to go in as positive as possible because you're not
sure, it's a great day. Everything's great.
Yeah.
Luckily, the all of the power isn't used to destroy people who are powerless.
I've forgotten about all the systemic problems and the crushing realities of things.
Yeah.
Go in like that.
Yeah.
You'll have a pretty good time.
And it's for the first, a little while, you'll be like, oh, these are cool blankets and that kind of stuff. These are great outfits.
This is It's a different way of living that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Everybody's rich.
Everybody's rich, but that's the problem when you're rich. The people want it.
I mean, people don't know this, but Sean Puff Daddy, now known as P. Diddy, also known as Diddy, his song "Mo Money More Problems" is about the Osage people.
That's why when the credits started rolling, that started. I was like,
What happened in your second
Okay, sorry. So I got there at 11 o'clock, thinking the movie started at 11.
Oh, no.
I was like, okay, I'm right on time. It didn't start till 11:20. And I go in the theater. I'm the first one in there. Pure silence. Nothing on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Usually they're playing like a pre-thing.
That happens now.
Nothing. I was like, this is kind of weird. And I was just sitting there, and then this older couple comes in, and they go all the way to the top.
Oh, no.
And they were just kind of having a conversation about, like, we don't really know what chairs we are. We could easily check, but they were like, we're somewhere up here. And they just sat up, and I was just in the silence with them. Mm-hmm. But then they kept, like, whispering as if, like, when you whisper, it's not. Mm-hmm. Like, I can't hear it. It's in this giant room.
Yeah.
And so they're just like, they keep making out the whole time.
Oh, really?
And then, like, very loudly,
How
aggressively.
Old were they?
Like, probably 50s.
Nice.
And I was like, whoa, they're going at it. And
Good
then the guy just kept going. He was just like, I love you so much, baby. You could never understand how much I love you. No, you don't get it. Like, why don't you accept how much I love? And, like, he's going on this long. And I was like, what is going on?
Wow.
Like, she's fine. Like, I don't get why he's like.
Sometimes they can't accept it.
Yeah, they can't.
It happens to me all the time. Sometimes they go. She just can't accept it.
She can't accept it. So that was the first story. Second story is the guy who told me the thing when I was coming out the theater. He was like helping me out. But during the trailers, he was really funny. After every trailer, he would go. And they would play like they played the Marvels one, and he went, I Jesus Christ. I was like, this is amazing.
He's right.
Yeah. And I think the amount of trailers was really getting. He was like, "Come on!" I was like, "This is."
It is an insane. Yeah. I feel like two things have happened. One, I think they have moved the pre-show later.
Yeah, which is insane. Just started.
And also, I think that they have added more trailers.
Yeah,
which is not helpful.
No,
I mean,
it's really not.
I'm not going to see. I'm going to see the movies I'm going to see, and I'm not going to see the movies I'm not going to see.
Honestly, yeah.
I'll see Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
You can stop playing that trailer because I'll see that.
Yeah.
I'm going to see It's a Wonderful Knife, even if I don't want to.
What's that? It's a Wonderful Knife.
It's a slasher version of It's a Wonderful Knife. It's pretty fun.
What would have happened if you didn't kill all these people?
I think it is the person who saves something decides that she doesn't want to live anymore, and then the murders. I don't know. I've only seen the trailer, so I don't really know.
Interesting.
But I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, and Silent Night. That'll be great. The John Woo movie.
Oh, yeah.
That looks wild. Oh, that was funny. There was the two old ladies in front of me. There's a part in that trailer where they just straight up blow someone's head off with a shotgun, and they were like, "Oh, my God."
Man, you guys are in for
I know. I was like,
rough
get
ride.
ready for this.
You're about to see
just getting blasted.
The darkness.
It's almost more terrifying how like nonchalant a lot of the killing in this movie is.
Yeah.
Just like, oh.
Yeah.
Just
it's brutal.
Hey, come over here. Pfft. Damn.
Hey, friend, how are you? Blam.
Oh, the worst was the guy, the melancholic guy.
Oh, I think his name is Henry.
Henry Roan or something like that. That made me so sad.
It's brutal.
Because the guy they hired to kill him doesn't really want to do it.
Yeah.
And he's like befriending him. They're becoming drinking buddies. And there's even like a narration like, I became friends with him and all this stuff to build up the courage. And they just,
it's awful.
Just shoots him in the back of the head.
And he doesn't even do the right thing. He's a fool.
Which that led to the funniest scene when Robert De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio are getting in the car, and he's like, "You're supposed to make it look like a suicide." He's like, "The front of the head is not the back of the head. The front's the front, the back's the back." I was like, "This is
so good,
so frantic and funny."
It's really good.
It really was a wild. I was like, "Whoa, I didn't expect that."
Yes, some of the tonal changes are insane.
Yeah, just like, whoa.
But you know what the best part of this movie is?
I do.
Tell me.
Oh, you want to know mine?
Yeah.
The beef lamb gyro?
The beef lamb gyro.
Beef lamb gyro of this. And the beef was provided by Sam Hale.
Yes. King
beef,
Hale?
King Hale.
Are you talking about King Hale?
Yeah, King Hale.
Robert De Niro?
King Hale. He has a lot of beef. Anyway.
You mean actual beef cows?
Both.
Yeah, he does.
My favorite part is this really beautiful scene that I related to a lot.
Yeah.
Where Lily, the main lady, Molly, she's walking through like a sea of people getting off the train, and she's talking about like how all these deaths of her family and her people, like, it's like creating this hatred inside of her that's like welling up and then pouring through her eyes. And it's just like all these visuals of like white people just like staring her down, like going past her. And it's like her place in society, her race, everything. It just like was really effective. And I was like, oh, this is intense. It's like how I feel when I walk through like Sevier Park or something, you know, 12 South.
Yeah. 12 South? Yeah.
It's like, oh, wow, I'm really sticking out here, huh? I don't have a blanket on, but basically.
You should get a blanket.
Yeah, I should.
You might be, I don't know. Can you get away with that?
I don't know.
How is the cross-cultural...
How?
Cross-cultural...
Mingle?
Trading? How does that... Can you wear a blanket?
I don't think I can.
Yeah, it seems bad. Though
a portion of me might be able to if I go back far enough.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, you never know.
I know that there's like in New Orleans, there's the Indians.
Oh,
you know, when they do like the dances on Mardi Gras.
Okay,
but maybe they've been doing it so long that they get a pass or something.
Maybe.
They're like, what the hell? You know?
Will say I'm glad we don't no longer do the KKK portion of the parade. That was a crazy moment.
Cool outfits, but other than that, bad guys, in my opinion.
Yeah.
No offense.
I was like, oh, because they have like mothers of veterans or something. I was like, oh, this is nice. And then immediately behind them, I was like, oh, jeez.
And it's also one of the great reveals in the movie because the main dude in the KKK is the guy who, like, is in control of Molly's money.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Cool.
I love that they need, like, a what is it called, a guardian or something?
Yeah.
A white person to be like, yeah, you can use the money. Like, that is crazy to me.
Yeah.
What a wild world we created, huh?
Hey, what a tangled web we weave.
Isn't it? You can just make rules that benefit you.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It's great. For the right people.
Yeah.
Not great for us necessarily.
Yeah, not really.
But I'm working on being the kind of white person who just destroys people's lives.
Yeah, as long as you get ahead.
I'm not there yet, obviously, but if I can find a way to do it, oof.
Oh, you'll do it.
I can't wait.
This movie
Any
taught
opportunity.
Me. Yeah.
Hey, whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. I need money, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll do whatever horrible things you want me to do.
Isn't it? It's such a delight.
I'll befriend people and kill them, you know?
That's all you got to do.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, maybe this will inspire that sort of thing to come.
I just take all the wrong messages from the movie. I'm like, you know what?
That's a pretty good idea. Oh my gosh, one of the most horrific parts was...
You know what? Institutional racism is... It's not that bad.
It's not, you know?
It's not... I just got to get in on it.
Yeah.
That's the problem, is I haven't been in on it.
I make a buck off of that.
Yeah.
The worst thing, it made me, the way people benefit off of suffering.
Yeah.
There's that one guy who kills Anna, the sister.
Yes.
And he's like...
The explosion guy?
Yeah, he's like talking to the insurance...
No, not the explosion guy. His name...
Yeah, Blackie.
His name is Kelsey Morrison.
Yes.
Terrifying.
The other guy, yeah, him is bad. He was like talking to the insurance guy. He's like, so if my wife dies and now it goes to my kids and then they die, like I'll get that money.
Yeah.
And the insurance guy's like, you know, you're telling me that you just want this so you can kill your kids and get the money. And he's like, well, I won't do it if it's not going to work. I was like, oh, like that is... It's so unreal.
Very funny scene.
Scary. It's like, oh my god.
Very funny scene in the movie.
Scary, funny, wild, crazy.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I thought.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, that just surprised me.
2 thumbs up.
You
know what my favorite part is? Lizzie.
Oh
who
yeah.
is the mother of the family.
Yeah, she's great.
Who doesn't get much to do, but does have a great send-off.
Yes.
First, the beginning of it is she sees an owl. And the owl, there's a bunch of people in the house being very annoying and loud. And then there's silence. There's no furniture or anything in the house. And an owl, which is pretty magical, an owl comes up to the window and like flies exactly towards the camera, and it's very scary.
Yeah.
And she realizes that's a sign that she's going to die. But then when she dies, it's pretty dope. Everybody's very sad.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh no, she's going to die. It's sad. As you do. If you love your mother.
Yeah.
If you don't love her, you're just like, oh, cool. But if you love your mother, you're like, oh, this is very sad.
Yeah.
And she opens her eyes and she starts to smile. And then they do the reverse, and there's like a dude in cool red paint.
Yeah.
With a cool kind of ear and head thing.
Yeah.
And there's like maybe grandma and grandpa. Maybe I think who are her mom and dad. It's hard
I think
to tell.
that's her parents.
And it's incredibly silent. And then they just wander her. They just wander her off to whatever afterlife.
Yeah.
And it's very sweet. It's very quiet.
That was really
it's
pretty.
very nice. It's good shit.
It made me happy.
That's
was like,
my favorite
whoa.
part of the whole movie.
Yeah, I thought that was beautiful.
Especially in a movie that has so little joy in it.
Yeah.
No, it has a lot of joy, but it has... it's all very sinister joy.
Yeah, exactly.
Even the funny things are very awful.
It's
And
like, oh.
yeah, the shoot him in the front of the head, not the back of the head, is incredibly funny, but it's just
like,
awful.
Damn. Yeah, it was like a necessary relief because the movie is so dark at that point.
Yeah.
You're like, I need a little something to break me out of this.
Yeah.
But
that's my favorite part.
that is a great part. And that
Thank
scene,
you.
it's really beautiful because that happens and then it immediately cuts to Molly just like wailing.
Yeah.
It's like showing the the two, living and dead sides of it and how they kind of see it.
Life and death.
Really interesting.
Isn't it weird to be living and dead, man?
It is. I like when the three sisters were outside, all like they were doing like a chant.
Oh yeah,
thing. It was really interesting, and the shot was like really far away.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool. It was really well done. Of course, the shot from the trailer with like the oil spraying over everybody and the music kicks in. I was like, this is cool.
It was really awesome.
Very well done.
You know what else is good?
So many things. Robert De Niro, amazing. His performance is crazy.
Robert De Niro is awesome.
Yeah, he's really, really good.
One thing I liked, and this is just maybe movie as metaphor or whatever, but I just like the fact that Ernest, who is played by Leonardo DiCaprio, is not smart.
Yeah,
it's just not smart at all.
Yeah.
And to a certain extent, you wonder, like, okay, how far into this does he realize that he's doing wrong?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he at some point, they're giving him stuff to give his wife. And you think, wait, does he know he's poisoning her? He probably does it. He definitely does at some point.
Yeah.
But it's just like, oh, this guy's dumb.
Yeah.
And also so indicative of like the way power works. It's just like some real evil dudes. There's like your Robert De Niro and also his brother Byron.
Oh, God.
Who's played by Scott Shepherd, who's just fucking terrifying.
Oh,
he's just like, it's another terrifying thing about the movie is that like all of the murder and all of the violence is like very boring for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're either having fun or not feeling anything at all. They're just kind of like, blam.
All right, whatever.
Okay, cool. We killed that guy. Now we can get some money.
Crazy.
But just, they're both just like, okay, well, who can we use to do this? And there's Blackie, who's kind of a dummy.
Yeah.
And there's Ernest, who's kind of a dummy. There's John. Is that the guy who befriends Henry? The really tall guy with the eye.
Yeah, and the mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
There's that guy who seems not too smart.
Yeah.
and Hale's just like, okay, I can use all these people. I can talk down to them in a way that they like.
Yeah.
They can call me king, so they feel like I am powerful over them, which he is.
Yeah.
And then we can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's interesting.
Real cool.
If you just act like everybody's friend.
Yes.
You can really manipulate a lot of people. That was so tragic.
You gotta admit, though, that's some good evil is to learn somebody's language.
Yeah, that's wild.
And to be like, oh, I'm so worried about you.
He's like praying over people.
Yeah. Wakanda. He's doing all this stuff.
Well, because he flips that too, like using Catholicism on people, praying.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It's just wild. It was very sinister. I was like, oh man, this is a very evil but good performance.
It turns out that religion and the police and the banks,
man,
they are not our friends.
No, they are not.
It turns out.
They're bad.
It's too bad to find out like this.
Yeah.
I also really like the fact that the end is a true crime podcast, essentially.
Yeah, that's interesting.
They play an old... because at some point you don't know how they could get out of it. And when they go to this, probably... It seems like it might be 40s or 50s radio show. That's like a true crime radio show. And, they're doing all the radio show stuff.
Yeah.
And it's funny that it's like, one, it's, it is like a, hey, let me hold up the mirror to you. Mm-hmm. This is what you like.
Yeah.
you love true crime.
Yep.
Which I do.
Especially to have the director come at the end. It was like, oh, well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for some reason, I mean... I guess the reason is that he's good at movies. But when he comes out, I was just like, oh, wow. This is heavy shit.
He did it.
Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
Coming out.
Does it again,
and doing a really good line reading. Very emotional stuff. It's good.
I loved it.
It's good.
He nailed it.
Yeah.
And it's interesting too because the movie starts with like, those old title cards.
Yes.
So it was like the media of that time. And
yeah.
kind of going forward. That's kind of interesting.
It's so strange to think that this happened in the 20s.
Yeah.
And there's like movies of things.
It's interesting. Yeah.
It's like, oh man.
Oh wow.
They got movies of things.
I bet they didn't have a pre-show and trailers. And trailers would be so wild. I wonder when trailers started. That'd be interesting to learn.
Tweet at us at FoodCourtcast if you know when trailers began.
The first trailer.
What was the first trailer? What movie? And what movie did it play before?
Let us know.
Hey, we'll see you on the comments.
Yeah. Another great part.
Yes.
One of the most crazy visuals I've seen in a movie in a while.
Yeah.
Was after the Rita, Molly's sister Rita's house gets blown up.
Yes.
And like you see her husband like just covered in shit, and he's like, "Just shoot me, shoot me," which is so
good
terrifying.
performance by Jason Isbell.
Yeah,
Is Bill Smith? Is that his name?
Oh yeah, Bill. Yeah,
I think his name is Bill Smith. Just a terrifying guy.
And I love the scene between him and Leo where he's like, he's like, "Why are you so nervous?" And he's like, "I just don't like talking to you."
Yeah. I'm not nervous. I just don't like talking to you.
Okay, so he's like, "Shoot me, shoot me." It's so fucked up. But yeah, we broke a way to talk about how they were like hated each other.
Yeah.
In that scene. And then the house blows up, which was crazy. Like way too much dynamite or whatever.
Breaking some windows.
It was wild.
Yeah.
And then which can you imagine back then? It would be terrifying anytime, but like no reference of what that could be.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy. But anyway, you see the guys in like horrible pain, and then you see the sisters just like pristinely like laying there.
So brutal.
And I was like, whoa, this is wild. And she just looks like all of the times they've cut to the Osage people like dead in their beds.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, that's crazy. And then they lift her up and her whole brain just like falls out. I was like, oh my God.
It's so fucked up.
Yeah, it was a wild scene.
Just a deeply fucked up movie.
It really is. Which it needs to be, so you get the point.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah.
It might send the wrong message if it was just like boop,
boop, everything's okay.
We are part of the system, killing the Osage people. But it can't all be good.
It can't all be good.
There's got to be bad parts.
There has to be, surely.
I have one.
Okay, what's your...
Do you have the low man?
I think I do, but...
Okay, I got one.
Yeah, tell me your low man.
This is my low man.
Low man.
Of Killers of the Flower Moon. There's one scene, it's at the wedding, and they're showing Kelsey... Wait, what is his name? Kelsey Grammer? Kelsey Morrison. They're showing Kelsey Morrison dancing.
Oh, yeah.
And they show him dance for a really long time.
Yeah, they do.
And that's the only time in the whole movie where I was like, all right.
Move on.
Just go ahead. We get it.
Let's move it on.
And there were, like 100 much longer scenes than that.
Yeah.
But I was just watching him dance, and I was like, why am I still watching him dance?
It was odd. I was like...
I think part of it is just like, he becomes important. So we need to remember his face or whatever.
True.
But he is dancing for a long time.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, well,
let's cut to something else.
Hey, come on, Thelma.
Yeah.
Spoon maker. You think you're so good? Well, cut that.
Cut that.
Cut it out. Wait, I don't know where the fingers go. That's the worst part. It's just like a shot that should be 3 seconds shorter.
Yeah, I agree.
Just shorten it, man. Hey, I know I watch more movies than anybody, man.
Yeah.
Cut it, man. And get rid of Leonardo DiCaprio. We don't need him.
Get him out. Yeah, get him out of there.
People also, did you care about the underbite thing that Leo is doing? I've seen people complain about it.
Not really. I mean, I was like, it's just an affectation that the guy has. Everybody does little things like that. I mean, there were times where I think he did great, but there were times where, since his accent was so similar to his Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
oh yeah,
I kind of would like phase into like, okay, wait, this feels like that actor a little bit. Like there were moments like that, where, especially like him and De Niro being like frantic. I was like, this feels exactly like Once Upon a Time. Yeah. So that's the only thing where I was like,
yeah,
but I didn't mind it.
Hey Leo, get it together.
Get it together.
You're playing the same character in every movie, dummy.
You're playing a good actor in every movie.
You fucking suck, bitch.
No, it's really hard for me to pick a low part.
Leonardo DiCaprio, I'm challenging you to a fight.
Yeah, a battle.
I'm challenging you to an act off.
You don't get any of.
Well, yeah, I can be a character in the movie too.
She's pretty. I'd marry her.
Yeah,
I love my wife so much I'll inject her with poison every day.
I'm gonna give her poison and then
it's just gonna slow her down. That was crazy. And that they got him to sign away his life, basically.
That scene is like, awesome.
Wow. You can see the wheels turning, but he's just like, okay, I'll do it.
It's too bad. It's rough. I think it's one of the really insidious things about the movie. Mm-hmm. It's like most of Scorsese's movies are about how like being evil is awesome, but also bad.
Yeah.
It's like, it's great to be a good fellow. It's completely awesome, but it's also just terrible. Mm-hmm. And this is very similar. It's like, this is great, but it's awesome. It's just horrible. But the fact that in some ways you do feel bad for him, even a little bit, is just like such an awful thing to do to the audience.
Yeah,
because you're like, this guy's horrible. But also, he's just a fucking idiot.
It's tough.
And he's like, hey, his uncle's like, hey, we're going to kill you, and we're going to use that money once we kill you. Would you sign this? And he's like, well, I don't know if I should.
Yeah.
No, we're going to kill you.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's just, your brother signed it. Oh, I didn't sign it. Well, he signed it. He signed it, and we're going to kill you.
He's like, my wife isn't sick. Like, I don't have to worry about it.
It's just insane. And it's so psycho. It's just the brilliance of, like, his movies. It's like, these people are awful, but you sort of get it.
Yeah,
like, I've definitely been in dumb situations where people have talked me into things. Mm. And I've been like, oh, okay. And now it hasn't been killing people.
No, yeah.
But it has just been like... someone who's very charismatic has talked me into something, and then I'm like, I shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. I agreed to do some show that I didn't want to do or something. Oh my
gosh, the amount of times.
And then you see him, and you're like, man, he is evil, but I get it. He's just a dummy.
He's just a dummy.
If I was dumber, I probably would be doing the same thing.
I'd say a lot of successful people are very stupid, so it makes sense. It's just like a charisma really can carry you. I mean, as we see with everything that does well, it's like, you don't really have to. Like videos of people just sitting have you seen this like green screened in the corner, just going like,
oh yeah,
and it's nothing. They've made nothing. Like everything's been made, and they're just sitting there like,
yeah.
Like those things
blow idea.
Up. It's like what?
It's a really good idea.
Those are the kings, the hails of the
of content.
Yeah, of content. Not as sinister, but
yeah.
I mean, it's often the things that you don't really outwardly recognize as sinister that are worse. Like the way he's befriending everybody.
Oh,
and
sure.
Stuff and like, he's such a great part of the community. Yeah. He opened a ballet school. Yeah. That was crazy too. When he was like, "Yeah, some people are gonna rob you tonight," and it's the guy he hired to blow up.
It's a really good bit.
He's just getting everyone killed. I was like, what a crazy guy.
It's smart.
And he was just never once let up that he was innocent.
Well, I think it's another interesting thing about the movie is that it's like. They don't feel bad because they don't think of the Osage as people.
Yeah, that's true.
They're just like, oh yeah, we just need this money. I need a lot more money.
Yeah.
And the only way to do it is to kill them.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just need it.
Yeah, it's pretty like earlier, because at first it kind of tricks you where you're like, oh, he is a friend of the people.
He's a nice guy, yeah.
But then like later on he's like talking to Leonardo DiCaprio, Ernest, and he's like, you sure you could be with her kind? Like, he's like, oh, this guy really is just like lying about everything.
Yeah.
is so slimy.
Yeah.
And they did a really good job with like how stoic Molly was, even when she found out like he'd been literally killing her family, or participating in it.
Yeah.
And like then she goes to kind of ask him, like, he's like, "Oh, that was such a weight off my chest," and then she's like, "What was in the thing that you were injecting me with?" Because obviously it wasn't insulin. If I'm getting better, now. And he was like,
just insulin.
Yeah, he still can't. It's like, wow.
Just insulin.
It's so tragic.
It's rough because he, of course, by now he knows. He finally knows that he's been doing a bad thing.
The worst.
He's been just slowly poisoning his wife, who he truly does seem to love.
Yeah, but he's just so dumb.
He's just like, he wants the money. Mm-hmm. He wants the praise of his uncle.
Yeah, it's so bizarre.
He probably is afraid of his brother, I would guess.
Yeah, probably.
And he's just a piece of shit. He can't get past the fact that he's a piece of shit.
No, even after his child dies, you're like, okay, now. Yeah. And he does testify, which is great. Yeah. Which I love that scene between him and Robert De Niro.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, don't do it, son.
Don't do it, son. Don't do it, son.
Saying it. Which was wild.
But there has to be a worse part, Michael.
Yeah, I've been struggling. There were a couple of times performances got to me.
Uh-oh.
And I feel bad because, like, it's not really... I don't think probably in their culture they like are actors or anything.
Yeah.
But there was a part where like the chieftains and everyone's all together.
Oh yeah.
And there's like a guy just kind of going on and on about like a plan, and it was a little like this isn't quite convincing me.
Yeah.
And it felt like very stale. But maybe that's just because they express differently.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I thought was interesting. But yeah, I don't know. That performance didn't quite do it. And then people are really not gonna like this. I didn't like Brendan Fraser at all.
Oh, no.
I really didn't like him.
How dare you?
Sorry. I didn't really like him in The Whale either. I gotta be honest. I just can tell he's acting.
Yeah.
It just seems like someone acting. Because I know he's Brendan Fraser. He's the guy from The Mummy. No? That's not the lawyer.
Hey, wait a minute.
The Mummy guy.
Was this even the same time period as The Mummy? How is he there?
I don't know. He has a general goofiness to me as well.
He is silly.
And I can't look past, like, when there's a part where he says, like, "Don't you understand, you idiot boy?" And I was like, this is goofy. Like, this is not working.
It's a lot
for me.
It's a lot.
I feel bad because I love the guy, and I think I'm glad he's getting more stuff, but it just really threw me, especially like to come in so late to this really masterfully done movie.
Brendan,
just like,
if you're watching, sorry about Michael.
I'm sorry.
I thought you were great.
I know people don't like that type of talk, but it's just the truth. It's like, I didn't like it.
You don't have to like it.
No, which is fine.
I didn't love it.
I couldn't pull that off, but I don't think you could.
Neither of us could do it. None of the three of us, you, me, and Brandon Fraser, could play that part.
We couldn't.
None of us could do it. Now, if they could have gotten... Wait, who's the other lawyer? What's his name?
Oh, John Lithgow?
Yes. If John Lithgow could play both of the lawyers, because Lithgow would have nailed that.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
Man, that scene, oh my gosh.
Yes?
Oh, it was in the trailer where they have, sometimes a movie does something just so, like, perfect. That's what, there were so many moments where you're just like, this is amazing. Like,
even the stuff that is on the nose, like they put it in the trailer, but the "can you find the wolves in this picture" thing?
Yeah, exactly. That was amazing. Awesome. I'm glad they didn't say it during that scene where he like walks in. There's just all those people who have been involved in this fucking shit show the whole time. And you're like, oh my goodness, everyone's just an evil person. Yeah. And that's why that lady was like, get everybody out of the house at that one point because she knew the bomb thing was going to happen. It's like, evil fucking people. Yeah. And and that's a testament to how stupid Ernest is, where he's like, well, yeah, I'll go meet with all these people.
Sure. I'll see what happens.
It's insane. And I'm like promising to Molly, like, well, we're going to be all right. Like, nothing good.
Everything's going to be fine. I'm going to come back. I'm not going to jail.
And him and Blackie in the set after he like got interviewed for so long, like having to stand up, he's like, "Why did you do?" Like, it's so funny.
Blackie's really funny too.
Yeah.
And how'd that work out? Well, hell, it didn't work out very good.
I'm talking to you. Yeah. I love it. It's a very good movie. It's just, it's an intense.
It's
time.
A lot.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot of movie.
If I could only find that to pick apart, there's like, it's, it's pretty great. I don't know.
It's really good.
I recommend it. But yeah, again, go in not even a bit sad.
Don't be sad. Don't be a little bit tired or sad.
Yeah, I don't think I could fall asleep because it was just so engaging to me. I honestly, comparing really long movies, I had a harder time staying awake in Oppenheimer.
I know.
Oh man, there were so many close calls. I was like,
you made it.
Oh, please. Yeah, thankfully there's a loud moment at the end. Yeah. I woke up after that. I was like, whoa, what was that?
Wait. Did I miss the bomb? I miss the bomb?
Oh, fuck.
No, I gotta watch it again.
Yeah, I gotta watch it again.
I gotta watch it all the way through again.
That's a competition show. Try to get through long movies on like little sleep.
Oh.
You're like, oh.
That'd be a good. I mean, you would definitely lose to Tarkovsky almost every time.
Oh my God. Andrei Rublev is the hardest. I've tried so hard to stay awake.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, it's 10 p.m. and I'm about to.
Yeah.
My eyes cannot stay open. I started.
If you're listening, Tarkovsky, I challenge you to an awake off.
Yeah, an awake
We watch your movies. and then we watch Werkmeister Harmonies.
Oh yeah, that's a beautiful movie, but I did struggle at one point. I was like, come on.
I mean, any movie that's incredibly long.
Yeah, especially black and white. Yeah. It really lulls me into a dream like.
Yeah.
Andrei Rublev feels like a dream. You're already just like, I am going to pass out.
Doesn't it begin with that balloon shot?
Yeah, that crazy. That's cool. That's a great movie, but again, very long.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
Lots of people riding horses.
Don't be tired.
Building bells.
We should have started that at 2 p.m., not 7.
No, 7 is a horrible time to start a Tarkovsky movie.
It was winter. Oh my! It was like every possible thing that could make it. We had soup. No, just like milk, cookies.
We had milk, cookies. We had soup. We made a melatonin slurry that we were sucking down.
A big woman came in and kissed us on the head. It was wild.
Huge 12-foot woman.
Yeah.
Hello, darling.
I love you very much. Close those little eyes. Rest those tired eyes. Oh, I can't. I gotta finish Andrei Rublev.
Mama, I gotta finish Andrei Rublev.
Mama, I gotta finish you.
We'll get. Okay, so this is the channel.
Yeah.
We're playing Ernest. We're both playing Ernest from Killers of the Flower Moon, and we have to stay awake during movies. But we start them at like 10:30 p.m.
Oh man!
Oh man, I'm really tired. Oh.
Molly, I don't think I can finish this one.
It's because it's a kind of a sleepy character too. Just like, oh man. So wait, so he's on the space station, but his wife is there and she's dead. Wait, what the fuck is happening?
Oh my gosh! I started Solaris
the fuck is happening?
10 p.m.
Oh,
I was
you're
passed
insane.
out. I passed out almost immediately.
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, there's like 45 minutes of fronds moving around in the water. Seaweed.
I need to go back. But
it's amazing. It's so good. Great movie.
It's funny how much work you have to do to get through. Because even Stalker, I was like, whoa, this is taking me a second. But once you watch it, you're like, whoa, wow.
Yeah.
Same with Werkmeister Harm. All of the movies you have to just like work to get through. And you're like, worth it.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Killers of the Flower Moon. I do agree. It was really cool to see and beautiful that stuff like that can still be made.
Yeah.
And with like I didn't know anything about that story.
Oh, really? It's a good book.
Man.
The book is, I would say, more fun.
Oh, really? Okay. That's
a little bit
good.
because it is like more of a mystery story.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like the movie is kind of like, here's these awful people. And they're doing great.
Yep. They're doing great. Yeah, that's true.
And then eventually they get caught. But the book is more like, hey, who's doing this?
Hold up. Yeah, wait a minute.
Whereas the movie's just like, that guy's bad. Yeah. That guy's bad. That guy's bad.
Because the trailer makes it seem like Leo and Lily are like on a team, and they're the only good people in this situation. Yeah. But it's not the case. He just pretends.
Lily's on a team,
which you're like, she's on her own team alone. Yeah. In a sea of sadness, but you're like, she must know. That he's just not. I think she just loves him.
I think she loves him, and I think also
that's tough.
At some point, by the time she's really sick, it's like, well, what am I going to do?
I'm too weak.
She must know when she's getting worse and worse and worse and worse.
He's just killing me.
Yeah, but I'm tired.
Yeah, she's probably ready. She's like, whatever.
Yeah, I'll die.
Just let
Sounds
me go.
Great.
Everyone else is dead.
Yeah.
Man, when they're listing off everyone who died at the end, I was like, jeez,
fucking
Louise.
Awful.
It's just... Oh my God! There's so many brutal moments, like the part where like Anna comes in drunk, and then the old white lady's like savage. I'm like, oh God, this is what it feels like. It's so annoying.
Just brutal.
Like, come on, people. Anyway, there had to be a scene like that.
Yeah,
but
where Anna was like, ugh, this racism is annoying.
Racism is annoying. Yeah. Well, I just want to hang out with my mom.
Yeah, she's a nice mom.
And then being rushed to go get killed. He's like, come on, time to go.
Quick.
All right. It's like, geez, just let her have a moment. Like, so fucked.
That's another scene where you're like, wait, does Ernest know what he's doing now?
Yeah, like, he's so insanely dumb.
He's also kind of inscrutable, too.
Yeah.
Like, stuff is happening, and you're like, wait, does he understand... Like, at some point, he knows.
He has to.
Like, he hit someone in the back of the head. He knows he's done a bad thing.
That
even if it is fun. But when he's like, Anna, my brother has to drive you home. He simply needs to drive you home.
Yeah,
Is he going, yes, they're going to kill her? Or is he going, who knows?
Who knows?
It's one of the really dark parts of the movies.
Yeah.
That,
it is. And even the way the brother says, he's like, I'm going to take her home. Like, sounds like, Jesus.
Are you going to have sex with her or what?
He ain't going to do that.
He's not going to do that.
Man,
sadly.
that was a brutal scene, too, where during the trial, they show them set her up to kill her. And then it shows, this broke my heart. He, like, comes back home, the brother, after helping kill the sister.
Yeah.
And he's like laying down like, I'm tired after doing that. And then Molly comes in and puts a pillow under his head to take care of him. And you're just like,
just awful.
God. Like, at no point do you have any like realization, oh man, these are people. Like,
maybe
no point.
Person.
No. I can't imagine. Like, no. That's terrifying to me.
Yeah.
It really fucked me up leaving there. I was like, life, what is this?
I gotta get out of here.
I gotta get out of this. I was like, can I see you now? Can I see you now? Can we get it now? I need to see you now so I can head on home.
You know what you should have done? You should have gone to see another movie.
Yeah, maybe.
Which brings us to a segment we like to call Panda Express presents Express Yourself about the movies you watched this week. Play the theme music of the thing.
Ding 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 ding. It's time for the Panda Express. Got some things to express. Bad things we watched this week. Gosh, what'd you watch this week, Sean?
Well, what did I watch this week?
That's a good question.
I watched a movie called Divinity.
Oh, how was that?
It was okay.
What it about?
I really can't do it. Can't keep doing this. What is his name?
What if a whole podcast?
The guy's name was. Sorry, my ear is itchy. There's a guy named Alcazar. Wait, Al-Sukar? Oh man, I'm getting his last name wrong. Produced by Steven Soderbergh. Written and directed by, I think, Alcazar. But hey, I'm sorry if that's not his name.
Alcazar.
And it is a kind of a black and white. Oh, it's definitely a black and white, not kind of. But basically, it's the not so distant future.
Yes.
A man has created a wonder drug that keeps you alive forever. But he's been sort of kidnapped.
Oh wow.
And they are filling him up with the wonder drug.
Oh.
And it's turning him into a scary monster.
Really?
And
sounds
there's
scary.
It's definitely surreal. Lots of like surprisingly good effects. Like it seemed like a pretty cheap movie, but They made good use of the fact that it was super duper lo-fi grainy and black and white.
Love it.
And
Big
that
fan.
kind of made the effects blend really well
Ooh.
with the rest of the stuff. Sometimes if it's, lo-fi enough, the effects just kind of fit better.
Yeah, I agree.
And yeah, it also made me bummed that all other effects look like shit, because I was like, oh, this movie probably costs $5 or $10 million, and it looks so much better than all the bullshit in other movies.
Yeah.
Pretty good movie.
Yeah.
Not great, but pretty good. Pretty good.
That's awesome.
I also watched a movie called Leo.
Ooh.
Indian crime movie.
Okay.
That is sort of a remake of A History of Violence.
Okay, that's cool. That's interesting.
And it's cool.
I love it.
People get blasted.
We love a good blast.
People get hacked. People get hammered. People get stabbed.
Slammered.
People get blasted with different weapons. People get kneed in the head. That kind of stuff. Good movie.
That sounds amazing.
Pretty good. Pretty good movie.
I love a pretty good movie.
Yeah. Also long.
Yeah.
But,
worth it.
There's a lot of people getting blown up or kicked in the head or something, so it's worth it.
That's cool. I'm going to kind of cheat on mine.
You saw Killers of the Flower Moon?
No. I watched a movie like around Halloween time.
That counts.
It was the last thing that I watched.
It counts.
Very bad movie.
Yeah?
But I remembered as a kid, I saw it, and it was my, sexual awakening.
Yeah.
Because the rest in peace Aaliyah was in it, and I was like, oh shit.
Queen of the Damned?
Yeah, I watched Queen of the Damned. I was like, oh yeah, she was hot in that. Let me watch that. And that was my whole reasoning.
Yeah.
Just to give you a little insight.
It's a good reason.
Yeah, you're a single lone person. Why not watch that? And then the movie's horrible. It's a really horrible movie.
I'm sorry.
But she did great.
Yeah.
But I was like, wow, this movie sucks.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I was like laughing.
That is one of the things that's very strange about the horror community.
Yeah.
It's like the fact that they have to reappraise all movies. It's like just some movies are bad, some movies are good.
That's how it goes.
We just can't make some movies good.
You really can't.
You can't make Queen of the Damned good.
No, Lestat being a rock singer just is really goofy. You're like, this is dumb.
Is it in the interview with the Vampire Cinematic Universe?
Yeah, it's supposed to be him. Like later on, he becomes the rock star.
It's fucking weird.
It's very weird. There's a part where he slices a vampire's neck on stage because they're trying to kill him.
Yeah,
because he's making vampires public. And so he slashes his neck, and then he kicks his body, and the head falls off. I was like, this is so insane.
That sounds awesome.
But all the movement is so weird. Like, there's like some fast effect, and it just looks so bad. You're like, this is not good.
Hey.
But, yeah.
If you're listening, Aaliyah.
You did great.
Great job.
And you're beautiful. I love
Thanks
you
for being
forever.
beautiful. We'll miss you.
Rest in peace.
Thank you so much for joining us for this very odd episode.
It was so weird.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
We had 3 different times the camera just shut off.
Yeah.
Because of my negligence, let's be honest.
Because of your negligence.
I hate to use the N-word, but
I did it. I said it too. Now I'm about to get canceled.
That's okay. I'm with you. I think as long as I'm beside you and you're not saying it at me, it's fine.
Negligence.
I'm negligence.
Listen, I'm touching a black guy. It's okay for me to say it.
Yeah, as long as you're. That's great.
It's like bass.
Making contact. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, we're doing that. There's the stay awake during movies.
Yes, we got to. That's a good. That's
thing,
a great idea.
And there's you can say the N-word if you're touching a black guy.
That is a really good. We should do that. It's like a contest. Not that one. The first one. I'm sorry. I was reacting to the first one a little late. Yeah. But yeah, the first one would be hilarious. Yeah. Like, who falls asleep first?
Yeah.
I wish we had money. We could award money to ourselves.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, well, I stayed up, so I get $10,000.
Yeah, great.
So, great.
Tweet at us if you have money to give us for our show.
Yes. Please.
What do we call it? Wakers?
Okay.
Wokens.
Film. Movie.
The awakening.
Stay awake.
Awakeners.
Awake.
Tweet at us if you have an idea for what our show will be called.
Don't Fall Asleep.
Don't Fall Asleep. We can call it Don't Fall Asleep.
Don't Fall Asleep.
That's a perfectly good name. Okay.
Don't tweet at us because we already got the name.
It's called Don't Fall Asleep.
Investors, please tweet at us if you want to invest. We would obviously be the contestants every time.
Yeah. And we get prizes each time.
$10,000.
Good idea.
I would love it.
$10,000 a week.
That would be awesome.
Okay.
Don't fall asleep.
Welcome to Don't Fall Asleep.
That is great. I really wonder how much willpower would keep you awake because that's a good chunk of money for just staying up.
Yeah. Tweet at us. MGM. Paramount.
Miramax.
Apple.
Oh, yeah. Apple's big.
Netflix.
You
just throw so much money into just the worst bullshit.
It's like a trash can.
You pay for David Fincher movies, but there's no way to see it. It's just it's not playing in theaters near us. David Fincher, one of the greatest living filmmakers, you just can't see his movie.
Except for, did he make that one shitty one?
Oh, he made Meg horrible piece of it, and that was Netflix's fault.
Yeah, fucking
Netflix decided they convinced him to make a bad movie. They're like, you can't make a good movie for Netflix.
Yeah.
You know how you make like really good crime movies and stuff? What if you made a movie about a screenwriter?
Ooh. And it
idea.
looks so bad they were like, oh, let's just throw a black and white filter. That'd be so funny.
Michael?
Yeah.
I'm Sean.
I'm Michael.
It's been a pleasure doing this wonderful.
Please subscribe, share it,
comment,
retweet it. Follow me on Twitch.
Follow Michael on Twitch.
/Mampy Hikes.
At Mampy Hikes.
You know how to spell that. It's a common word.
MIM.
MATUG. RESPECT. And find Sean as well.
Yeah, on things.
On things.
It's been such a pleasure. On behalf of Michael Hampton.
That's a good idea for a podcast for you.
Yeah?
Sean on things.
Sean on things.
I like that.
Where I just get on top of things.
Today I'm on a refrigerator, and did you know refrigerators started? Refrigerators, that's what you call them. Refrigerator. Why are they re?
Yeah.
What am I redoing?
Hey, if you refrigerated good the first time, you wouldn't have to refrigerate it again.
Yeah. All right,
that's
whatever.
a good bit.
End it. No.
Fucking end it. Where's the owl? This episode needs an owl.
We need an owl.
And this is the owl. On behalf of Michael Hampton, I'm Sean Parrott saying to you, bon appetit.